Hey everyone, so today's video is how to do keyword research for free using 7 different strategies. So if you're new to this channel, I share all of my information on how I build out my websites and blogs. I work full-time on it. It's the way I make my living. So here's how I do 7 different keyword research strategies. They're from beginner to advanced. I'm starting with the easiest ones, ending with the best one, the one that is the most effective for me. So stick around for that one. But let's get started with what you should do when you are looking for keywords for writing articles for your website. Step 1 should be to build a spreadsheet using Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets or wherever you create your spreadsheets, and have 3 columns: keyword, search volume, and competition. For today, we're just looking at the keyword. I've got another video on competition. I'll link it at the end of this video, where once you've found as many keywords as you can, you analyze the competition level to see whether or not you think that you can rank on Google for that specific keyword. But for today, we're just finding as many keywords as possible. So let's get started with the first and easiest strategy. So the first strategy is Google Autosuggest. For Google Autosuggest, most people have seen Income School talk about this. They call it alphabet soup. But essentially, all you need to do is, if you're going into, say, the boxing niche, you might type in, okay, I want to write articles about boxing gloves. Type in best boxing gloves for, and then see what Google suggests. Because those suggestions are things that Google knows people are searching for. So I would say best boxing gloves for space, and then all these things will pop up, and I'll copy all of those long keywords and drop them into that spreadsheet. To refine this even more, you can do best boxing gloves for A, best boxing gloves for B, best boxing gloves for C, etc. And you'll see what comes up for even longer keywords that are even less searched for. So the good thing about this is you know that people are searching for these keywords because Google is suggesting them. There is some downsides as well, though, one being that you don't know how many people are searching for these keywords really. But it's a good starter to get you maybe 30 or 40 keywords to get started with. Okay, the second one, getting a little bit more techie now, we're going to a website called keywordshitter.com. This website will generate a bunch of keywords for you. It's really clever. So you just type in that top box, best boxing gloves for, or boxing gloves, or any sort of seed keyword we call it, and press shit keywords, and keywords will start coming out really thick and fast, and you can let it run for as long as you want. Now you can see here that afterwards it's giving suggested search volume. The reason that's popping up is because I use a plugin called Keywords Everywhere. Keywords Everywhere costs you $10 for 100,000 searches. I've had Keywords Everywhere for years, and I've never gotten past spending $10. So I do recommend spending $10 on Keywords Everywhere. Gives you a bit of an estimate. It's never really 100% accurate, but it gives you a bit of an estimate of whether or not people are searching for it a lot or not really searching for it very much at all. So I usually let that run for a long time, maybe 5 minutes, then stop it, highlight all those keywords, copy them, and I'll paste them in my spreadsheet. So my spreadsheet's getting longer and longer now because I've got started with those seed keywords, and now I've got a whole bunch of other phrases that I might be able to write my articles on. Okay, step number 3, another way to find keywords to write about is Quora. So if you go to Quora.com and type in your seed keyword, so my seed keyword is boxing gloves, I search for it, and results for boxing gloves come up with things like what companies make the best quality boxing gloves, are there sizes for boxing gloves, what are some tips for buying boxing gloves, how do you clean out your boxing gloves, etc. A nice thing about this strategy is they're terms that people are actually searching for. You know that because someone has gone to the effort of typing in Quora to find an answer for it. I find that this strategy comes up with a whole bunch of really innovative, interesting keywords that I wouldn't have thought about otherwise. So it's a really underestimated strategy. Next, do the exact same thing through the Reddit forums. I actually don't even bother going into Reddit to do this. I just type in Reddit space and then my seed keyword, which for this example is boxing gloves. And you can see here a whole bunch of questions that come up from Reddit that people are asking about boxing gloves, such as the difference in hardness of sparring gloves, what size training gloves is best for absolute beginners, etc. And again, a whole bunch of keywords that I wouldn't have thought of that are usually really good pop up if I just type in Reddit after my seed keyword and search for it on Google. Number 5 is a Surfer SEO plugin, a plugin that I strongly recommend. It usually comes up with some suggested keywords on the right-hand side every time you type in the keywords on Google. So get that Surfer SEO plugin. It is 100% free at the moment. Stick it on Google Chrome so that when you're doing your searches, you'll be able to see keyword ideas from Surfer SEO. If you do want to go out and spend that $10 for Keywords Everywhere, again, I really highly recommend it. Keywords Everywhere does this as well, and I have pretty much a better experience every time with Keywords Everywhere than Surfer SEO, so it's one that I highly recommend getting. Okay, the 6th strategy is using your own head. I do this. I have a notepad handy all the time. Actually, I have my phone and the memo app on my phone, which has thousands of keywords written in it. So I just keep it handy. I'm walking around, I think of it in my head, I type it in. One question I always ask myself is, well, would this be a question someone actually Googles before I type it into my notepad? So I can just keep building on my keyword ideas. And then when I get back to my computer, I'll take them from my notepad and add them to my Excel sheets. Don't underestimate this strategy. This is the page views for 7 days for one of my websites. So this website got 71,000 page views in the past 7 days. The 3rd most popular article on that website was done through this strategy. Keywords Everywhere said it had 0 search volume. In fact, it's got search volume of over 15,000 per month. So it's a strategy that absolutely works and that people sort of underestimate as well. Okay, the 7th strategy is my favorite, and that is reverse engineering competitors. So if I typed in best boxing gloves for beginners, a whole bunch of different websites will come up. I'll look for websites that seem to be small niche websites like my own. So when I typed in best boxing gloves, ones came up like MMA Guru, MMA Station, madeforfighters.com, boxingcrunch.com, etc. So they're the competitors that I think I'm going to be competing with. So to reverse engineer those competitors, I'm going to use the site : operand in Google search. So site : and then the name of the website that is my competitor. What's going to pop up here is every single keyword or every single article that Google has indexed for that website. So for the MMAguru.com, I can go down and I can find every single keyword they're targeting, and I'll copy those headings, paste them into my or the keyword within the headings. So for example, the keyword for that second one, MMA workout plans for fitness and self-defense, the keyword would be MMA workout plans. So I'd copy that, paste that into my Excel spreadsheet as well. When I'm coming up with a new niche, I will do that for every single one of the competitors that I can find. I'll make sure I know exactly all of the keywords that all of my successful competitors are searching for. And I'll talk to you a little bit about whether or not you know a competitor is successful in getting lots of traffic in the competition analysis video. So hopefully by now you'll have tons of keywords, more keywords than you'll ever be able to write on. I always recommend that you write at least 80 to 100 articles per website as a starting point. That's in the first 6 months. So you've got a lot to get started on now, but I usually want to target the easiest ones first, and that's where competition analysis comes in. So now you've used all of these free tools to come up with zillions of keywords. The next step is to say, can I compete for these keywords? And that will be talked about in the next video. Now quickly on search volume there, that middle column, a lot of people don't trust search volume tools. Personally, I like them. I especially like Keywords Everywhere, but I know that I take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes, or a lot of the time, it's not accurate, it's wrong, or it's imprecise would be the best word to say. So I keep that search volume there because I generally think if Keywords Everywhere is finding that search volume of 1900 per month, that's how many people are searching for that keyword per month, according to Keywords Everywhere. That's a lot of searches. So chances are, if Keywords Everywhere is picking that up, I know that it's being searched a lot. So even though you can't 100%, believe in the keywords search volume, it still is a nice guide that can help you think and make sort of bit more informed decisions. Okay, that's it for that video. Thanks so much for watching, especially if this is your first time on this channel. I have the competition analysis somewhere around here that you can link to and look at what the next step is to find out which keywords are going to be the easiest ones you can rank for with a brand new website.